my mentors taught me. And as you saw, the RFK, which is Kennedy's family lineage, and he's going to expose a lot of people out there. And if you know, the most wealthiest corporation out there is the BlackRock, and the amount of evil they have done to companies and countries as well, all are going to be exposed. Because as you know, the guy who basically tried to take out the current president was from a BlackRock company as well. So a lot of things the news don't tell you about, but it's good to always be aware. And that's why cryptocurrency is so powerful because these companies have no hold on it. So you can literally take
No,
the poorest of the poorest and you can turn it around and people can become very wealthy, right? So that has happened often over and over again. But for people that still don't see it, it's like you're giving them the keys to the freedom and they still don't want to take it. So guess what? Some people are just meant to be poor because they're poor up here in the mind. They believe that, you know what, it cannot happen for me because my father was poor, my grandfather was poor, my great-grandfather was poor, and I'm going to be poor. So that mental cycle continues, and it will continue in your DNA. If you have kids, it'll go into their DNA. That's how the body works. So you got the ability to end poverty today with what you're going to see. So my name is Saf Khan, and I am from Durban, South Africa. And besides being a motivational speaker, I basically work with some of the biggest names in the world, and I've learned so much from them. And I continue to learn from them because everything in life is repetition. Whatever you're seeing today, if you can copy and paste, in school they told you what copying and pasting is wrong, right? I always tell people, no, it's not wrong. It's only wrong if you get caught, right? That's in school. So over here in real life, copying and pasting will make you very rich. That's all you got to do, copy and paste. And if you can do that, you can be very, very wealthy. So just type number one in the chat if you are a current member of our movement, or type number two if you are a guest. And also type where in the world, country you are tuning in from. It's always good to know our audience. So number one, if you're new. Number two, if you sorry, number one, if yeah, if you're existing. Number two, if you are new, and where you're tuning in from. So we got Durban, we got Johannesburg, we got Durban again, Randburg, Rustenburg, Gauteng. Okay, so we got some new people on the call, a lot of new people on the call. Wonderful. Keep it going, people. One, if you're current, two, if you are new, and which city in Durban or which country you're from. Western Cape, Durban again. Frankie from Pretoria. I also know of Frankie, she's a director. I'm not sure if it's the same one. Cape Town, Nigeria. Wonderful. All right. Nigeria in the house. Limpopo, Cape Town. All right, keep it coming. All right, so basically, our first speaker is our wonderful Frankie, and she is in the real estate business. And you know what amazes me is that she is doing this part-time, and she's possibly building this massively as well on the side while doing her real estate business to make this her full-time income. And you know what? It's possible. Uh, a wise guy that I know has seven streams of income, and he's a doctor. So when I meet fellow doctors and say they don't have time, no, it's not that they don't have time. They don't want to make time, so they get stuck in their work. So the average millionaire has up to seven streams of income. Remember that, the average millionaire. So nothing stops you from making an extra stream of income on the side of what you do. So Frankie is an amazing person. She came onto this business and immediately from her attitude and her personality, you knew that this person has a lot of potential into doing what she did, but what she did was amazing. I think it basically probably blew the roof off her team as well because she created a team of leaders, and together they are changing the country and the world. And she's only been in this movement for less than 2 months. So I'm going to hand it over to Frankie, who's going to take you through the first part of the presentation. And whatever you're going to see, you don't need to understand or know it all. Just keep an open mind because when you see the second part, it's all going to make sense. So without further ado, Frankie, I hand it over to you.
thank you so much, Zaf. Thanks, Shane. I absolutely love all of the videos that Shane plays in the beginning. I'm never in time to listen to all of it because I'm running around grabbing a cup of tea or something, or water, or whatever, or taking last minute calls. In fact, my team don't allow me to first listen to the videos because I've always got somebody on the call that I'm busy with, which is great. It's exciting. I just wanted to give you all such a welcome here, a really, really warm welcome to each and every one of you. If you're on this call this evening and somebody's been pestering you, they want you to come and have a look at this opportunity, it must be because you're something special, or they love you, or they see that you're in need and they want to offer this opportunity for you. I'll tell you right off the bat, it's not for everyone. It's so funny how something can be so lucrative and so easy and simple, yet it's not for everyone. I always use this analogy, and I always say to people, everyone wants to make $1 million until they understand that you actually have to work for it. So, and what you were saying in the beginning, Zaf, it's true. That's how the world operates, guys. It tries to keep us poor. The schooling system, everything out there. Isn't it time? I mean, we're all on this call. It's Wednesday evening. It's 8:30. You probably have kids that have just been put down to, they're in the bed. The family's been fed. And now you're looking at this opportunity, and well done to you, because if you're working for a boss in a traditional manner of things, this is your time to change your life, because that's exactly what I'm doing. I don't work for a boss, but believe me, things are of such a nature that I actually have to do this. I've got no choice. So I'm going to quickly share this. I'm getting a little bit better at sharing. It's starting to come to me now, guys. I was born, unfortunately, way before technology. Um, so why are you here this evening? You are here because somebody loves you. Like I said, they've invited you to this opportunity, and this is called Ride BNB. It is in the crypto space, so please don't freak out. It's actually an incredible thing that we're busy with here, and this is called Project Champion. This is actually Zaf's brainchild, and I'm so happy he came up with it because it's really helping our team to move forward. So I have to get rid of my face now. I'm really starting to make myself nervous. So welcome to the world's first community building program on the OPBNB blockchain. Some of you might have heard of blockchain before. It is in the crypto space. And we are saying, Ride BNB, drive the future. Why? Because we want you to be independent, and we want you to have a look at how you can actually better your life going forward. What is a smart contract? A smart contract is a self-executing digital agreement encoded in code operating on blockchain platforms like Ethereum. So a lot of you might have heard of Ethereum. You would have heard of Bitcoin, which we refer to it as the big daddy of crypto. It automates contract enforcement, enhancing transparency, security, and efficiency by eliminating intermediaries. Widely used in sectors like finance and supply chain management, smart contracts streamline processes and build trust through decentralization. However, they face challenges such as code vulnerabilities and legal complexities. So that's a huge mouthful, guys. And for you guys you might be here for the first time today. You don't really know what crypto is. You've been told to, by an old gran or an aunt that this is the devil's stuff and you must stay away from crypto. Well, I kind of had those ideas too, and it got me absolutely nowhere, because this is the sign of our times. This is where everything is going. So what are the advantages of a smart contract? Guys, a smart contract will make the Ride BNB affiliate program unique. And while we affiliates, we're all partaking, we're referring somebody, just like you would go out into a store. You say you go and eat at Tasha's, you love their meal. What are you going to do? You're obviously going to share it with the next person. Does Tasha's actually give you anything for sharing that? Zero. That's what they give you. But yeah, Ride BNB says no, because you're actually bringing other people into the community. Guess what? We're going to give you an affiliate program, and we are going to reward you for this. So the affiliate program is unique by automating transactions, ensuring transparency, and eliminating intermediaries. This boosts security, reduces fraud, and streamlines operations, distinguishing Ride BNB from centralized platforms. So a lot of you out there would have said, okay, but Frankie, we've actually been involved in the smart contract before, and we were scammed out of millions or hundreds of thousands, or just thousands, whatever it is. And that could be a lot of scammers out there just waiting to take advantage of the next guy. Sadly, that is the kind of world that we live in today. So you've really got to be careful of what you do get involved in. But the reason that I love this platform so much is because it is fully decentralized. So the moment you get involved in a program and they, number one, ask you for a whole bunch of money, like absolute thousands of dollars, and they are, maybe making it forceful, like you've got to put it in by this time or you're going to lose your spot. That's the old MLM, network marketing, get in here so that you can get everybody else underneath you. We don't do that kind of jargon here. If you are in quickly and in the beginning, it's fantastic, just because we are early adopters and we're all learning together. And this is such an incredible platform. There's so many more contracts that we are going to be learning about in the next couple of months. Why is this an advantage for us? Ownership free. Like I said, some of the tips that I can give you, as soon as you hear of website or you hear of back office, usually those are centralized platforms where this is just a dashboard. So it's ownership free. There is no owner. Okay. We are a community that are all working in this together. No administration. If you forget your 12 words, we'll talk about that just now in one of the other slides. If you forget your security password, guess what, guys? We're all adults in the room, I think. And that is just pure bad luck. So if you're going to, at the end of this, you're going to say, that's me, I'm in, I love this. This is for me. I can do this on the side. It's not going to take all of my time and effort. And you get in. If you lose your security codes, it's nobody's problem. We cannot help you with that. So be aware of that. It's immutable, which means that once the code is set and the program is written, which it has been, it is set. Nobody can come along and change anything, guys. No payout requests needed. If you are working for a company, you get a payroll and a payday. And guess what? If you are broke on the 10th of the month, does the company care? They do not. So you will still get paid on the 25th, or you'll get paid on the 1st of the next month. And whether your lights are on or off, they don't care. So yeah, no payout requests needed, fully decentralized, as I mentioned, instant payouts 24/7. Why do we say 24/7? Because this is a global movement. Okay, so while you're sleeping now in South Africa this evening, if you've got Americans that are in the business with you, guess what? They're up, they're working, and you will get paid when you wake up tomorrow morning. You open up your wallet and voila, you've got an extra couple of dollars. So it's global reach, as I mentioned. Stable compensation plan. We are not going to show you a compensation plan this evening, and then tomorrow night when you get on the call, or next month or March next year, it's changed. That's not how we work here. So the compensation plan has been tried and tested, in fact, by somebody that we've become friends with in the business. And she's taken a look at this and said, this is an incredible smart contract. So we're at the right place at the right time, guys. No management control. No greedy CFOs, CEOs, or a board of directors, or anyone that wants to say, okay, now all the money is in and great, we're going to pull it out and we're going to go on vacation. That's not this platform. If you've been involved in that, I'm very sorry to hear about it, but this is not that platform. So it runs on the OPBNB blockchain. It's an autonomous operation. What do we mean by that? Absolute thousands of transactions that happen sequentially and without any kind of problems. It's a peer-to-peer operation, and we love this because it means you basically, this is like the adult banking system out there. Okay, so you're not going to be suffering. You don't have to go through an intermediary to get your own money out. What is BNB? BNB blockchain includes Binance chain. It's a decentralized trading. It is a smart chain and a smart contract. dApps is just another word for decentralized apps with very low gas fees. So some of you may have been involved in something previously. When you go and take out your money, the gas fees are so exorbitant. You're like, where's all the money gone? That's not what you're going to get on this platform. Our gas fees are like absolute minimum, guys. It's really, really cheap. In fact, I think it's way, way cheaper than our banking fees that we have. My banking fees is something ridiculous, like 400 Rand a month. So together they support trading, DeFi, and decentralized applications. So why should we choose BNB? This is actually one of the 5 top cryptocurrencies in the world, with a massive, massive market cap. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to get in and there's not going to be enough money to go around, guys, Shane is going to show you just now in our compensation plan, there is more than enough. for every single person on this call and many, many other thousands that you bring in. We actually do want to take the community to about 1 million. And why we say community? Because does TikTok have a community? Absolutely. What are they worth without the community? Very little. Does YouTube have a whole bunch of subscribers? Absolutely. So the great thing about our program is there's no weekly, monthly, or yearly subscription fees. It's a once-off fee. Just stop panicking. Shane's going to tell you just now how much that costs, and you're going to probably think that's dollars. I don't have enough for that. No, we're talking ZAR. We're talking South African rand. So there is potential to really, really grow this BNB coin. On the 1st of September in 2020, this coin was valued at about $21.45. Okay. Where is it? A couple of weeks ago, it hit 640. I think it was about 613 yesterday. I haven't actually looked at the worth of it today. The future price of BNB, what does that look like? So, for all of the AI and all of the charts that are out there at our disposal, that we could see that it is going to probably reach about $800-900 within the next few months. And then the prediction in 2026 is probably about 3,820 and a minimum price of $3,300. By 2030, which is around the corner, guys, BNB's price could surge way above the $10,000 mark. So $600 now, it's still on sale. If you missed the BTC, so if you're like me, I don't know what we were doing, working for a boss, working in the same little office, watching the same white walls, going to the same coffee machine, getting the same cup of coffee, having the same conversation with the same colleagues, complaining about the same thing, probably complaining about government, I saw today our government just not looking after our water. What are you going to be talking about at the coffee machine? Not crypto. You're going to be talking about how the government's not operating. So if you missed Ethereum, you missed the Bitcoin journey, you didn't cash out on the Amazon stocks, well, guess what? You are in the right place at the right time this evening. You can definitely thank your person that actually invited you here. What is OPBNB? It enhances the chain scalability, optimistic roll up off-chain transaction processing, integration, part of the chain ecosystem, the BNB chain ecosystem, and this all falls under the Binance flag, by the way. I'm not sure if you guys know who the CEO is, but Zaf sent me a video on him the other day. Zaf, please correct me just now. I think it's Richard is the CEO, and he's young and he is dynamic. I watched the video. He is just something else. And Dubai actually love Binance, so he's busy negotiating for a whole bunch of contracts. It's cost efficiency, like I said, very, very low transaction fees. dApps for decentralized support. So eventually we want to get the gamers to come on board, the developers and things like that. That's why we want to build a huge community around this BNB chain, blockchain, or the token at least. Decentralized application development. So what are we going to do from here? You guys go away after you've heard about the compensation plan. You're going to say, guys, I'm in, I want to do this. It's not much money to get started. I want a sideline business. I want a project. And I know it's not a get rich quick scheme. I'm going to get in here. I'm going to give it my best shot. What can I do next? So then you are going to go to, if you've got an Android phone, you're going to go to Google Play Store. If you've got a Apple, you're going to go to the iPhone Apple or App Store, and then you're going to download SafePal, and that's basically what the symbol looks like there. And then you're going to go and create a wallet. We recommend that you open up a software wallet, and then you're going to back it up manually. We don't actually like to say back it up to the cloud because it's not always that secure. And then the most important thing that you're going to do, if you hear me say nothing else this evening, but you love this program, you want to be a part of it, of this movement, you are going to get 12 words that are going to be specifically assigned to you. It's a private key code, and you're going to take those 12 words, just like you did your marital vows and your anniversary date and your spouse's birthday, and you remember those, and you safe keep them somewhere. You're going to do the very same thing with your 12 words for your SafePal account. And if you've got a bank vault, please go and store it there. It might not look like it's worth much tonight, but guess what? 12 months from now, you are going to be looking everywhere for those 12 words when you are trying to get back into your app and you see that it's worth maybe thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, depending on what your work ethic is like. So it's a secure private key storage, biometric. You can either put your password in, you can put a pattern in, you can put biometrics. It's up to you, however you want to run your business. We're not here to tell you. It's user friendly. The first week I hated it, and now at my age, I had a birthday the other day. I'm not going to tell you how old I am because I'm obviously only in my 30s. So user friendly, intuitive interface, real time market data, and support for token management. Compatibility integrates with Binance, DEX, Uniswap, PancakeSwap. No, we're not talking about breakfast on a Saturday. We are talking crypto and Wallet Connect. All right, guys, I am going to hand over to our wonderful other presenter. In fact, before I do that, I'm going to hand it back to Zaf, and you can introduce Shane to the rest because I'm not sure everybody knows who he is.
Thank
I
you
know we
so
like
much,
to call
Frankie.
him Mr. Crypto.
Thank you so much, Frankie. It's so amazing. It's always good to feed your mind. I mean, if you're watching this for the first time and Frankie said gas fees, how many of you all thought about actual gas or going to the garage to full up? I'm not sure. But in crypto, there is something called that. I saw a guy here as well, Denver, on the call. He said he's calling in from prison. Are you a prison guard or you are in prison? Regardless, it's
It's
quite funny, man.
possible, eh? They get TV and everything. Our phones, I mean, hello.
Oh, God.
Hello, Paulsmoor.
Yeah, they're smiling there. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, so I mean that's pretty amazing to understand that, whatever Frankie said, it's repetitive, which means whatever you learn, you can always apply. And before we go on to the next speaker, I want to ask you a simple question, and I can put it in the chat box because it's a question that Zig Ziglar used to use as well. And he says, even Jim Rohn as well used to say, have you found the opportunity that's going to take care of you and your family? That is so powerful because a lot of people haven't, and they work until they die. And guess what? Their family continues to pay off the debts that they left behind. So, have you found the opportunity that's going to take care of you and your family? So, I want you to think about that as well. And also in the chat, just type, for example, the amount of money that you truly desire to make at the end of the month after paying all your bills, right? How much money do you desire to have in the bank after paying your bills? What amount will be good enough for you and your family to actually live comfortably? Because remember something, your health will always suffer if your bank suffers. It works hand in hand. If you have money problems, you automatically have health problems. And don't get me wrong, some people have a lot of money and still want more, and they got health issues because of that. So you got to know fulfillment. For example, a million may make some people fulfilled and happy. A million may make some people miserable because more money attracts more parasites in life. So you need to know how to manage your money, right? Shane, 3 Bitcoin, that's great. Yeah. 100K, 100K. What is 100,000? Is it Vietnamese dong or is it Zim dollars? American Zim dollars now. But be careful what you ask for because you will get it. The next speaker is going to show you exactly how your dreams can come true if you follow the system. Simple as that. Remember, we're not showing you something that's unachievable. It is. If you follow the system, you will make the reward. Simple as that. In finances, if you follow a simple system, you will make the money regardless of your age, knowledge, college degree, yes or no, doesn't matter. Education, you don't need an education here. You just need to copy and paste. So I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Shane. It's funny because I thought about blockchain and I said blockchain. Anyways, I'm going to hand you over to Mr. Shane. And Shane, also, he purchased a car and a house through his investments in cryptocurrency. And I do believe, if he was possibly working for someone else, that dream would have possibly been a long time later. But with cryptocurrency, it happened, we would say quick, but in the space of less than 10 years, he achieved all of that. So he's going to take you through this and show you how your dreams can become a reality. So without further ado, I'd like to hand it over to you, Shane.
Cool. Thank you, Zeph, for that day. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Frankie some hearts in the chat. The reason being, she well executed, delivered absolutely beautifully. And I like to, take this time to actually thank Zeph as well for being a host. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Shane. I'm in the crypto space now for the past 10 years, 11 years. And when I got started, very less infrastructure on the blockchain space. You could count the amount of coins that was available at that time. Governments were against it. SARS was against it. The media was against it. Your uncles and aunts and your neighbors who told you to stay away from it were against it. And yeah, it's been a long journey for me personally. And some of the guys asked me, but Shane, why did you buy a car with Bitcoin? And this is the car that I purchased. It's completely branded with Bitcoin as well. And the reason I did it is because I wanted to show South Africa and Africa as a continent that what we have in crypto space is tangible. It can be converted into rands or fiat currencies. By the way, the word fiat currency means a government's promise, right? Fiat currency. So any currency that you can hold in your hand is called fiat currency. And we are in the crypto space. So a lot of you are afraid of the space. A lot of you are afraid of digital currency. And, you feel, hey, you know what, we're moving too fast. But I must tell you this, guys, whether you like it or not, you're already in the digital space. Okay, you're probably in denial, but we are there. And that's simple by asking a question: how much of your salary or your wage do you actually have in cash? How much do you actually get in cash? How much do you actually hold? I would think 5% to get your odd loaf of bread now and then. So whatever we're about to show you, as much as your mind and your brain will deny what you're seeing, I think it's important for you to be uncomfortable with the information that we're about to give you. Very important, because when you're uncomfortable, that allows you to think, it allows you to open up your mind and say, okay, this is something I didn't know. So what's my responsibility on this call is basically give you information that's factual. That's number one. We're not here to give you financial advice. That's number two. And number three, we're going to talk about figures that you won't be able to pronounce. And the reason I say you won't be able to pronounce because I can't even pronounce them. I'll always ask Zeph to pronounce them for me. And everything I show you here on the PowerPoint will be, I'll be swapping over to the website to show you factual figures at all times. So when you guys log on to these calls, not a single call is the exact same call. That is why we ask you to come in at different times and log on to these calls from Monday to Thursday, because our information is very, very different, but our message is the same. So what made me get into the space? When I was in London, when Bitcoin was first launched, and I was mentored by Robert T. Kiyosaki. For those of you who don't know, he wrote the book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant. He wrote books with Donald Trump. And right now he's got his own Rich Dad studio as well, a radio station. So tune into that, go to YouTube, it's there. And I'm sure Richard Branson, you guys know Virgin Airways and the gyms, etc. And at that time, they were talking about the blockchain technology. And Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency to be out there. But what intrigued me most is the technology. And on this call here, I cannot give you all the facts about the blockchain technology because you just fall off your seat. However, some of you who tuned in earlier from about 8:15, I would say, I do play a video on the blockchain. So a lot of education is given there. So how big is the space? Okay, so I'm going to go through all those facts and figures, but this is what I want to show you. At the end of what I'm about to show you, I just want you to remember three things. We're going to give you 3 steps for you to make 1 million rand in 12 months. 3 steps, okay? Very easy steps. So as much as in between, I'm giving you a lot of jargon, the importance is I want to cast vision for you. I want to show you where we are going with this. Once you get that, the rest is up to you to say, hey, I need to learn about the space, okay? So let's start. Let me share my screen with you guys. So, Zach, can you see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I just want to cut some things off here. There you go. So, guys, if you look at my screen right now, this is called the coin market cap. Everybody can go through it. You can go to the site on your phone. This is basically a constellation of all the cryptos in the world. Okay, this didn't exist when I got started with crypto because it wasn't such a big space. So right now there's over 2.4 million cryptocurrencies. And this is where some of you need to sit back and think, oh my God, I only heard of Bitcoin, Ripple, probably, your Dogecoin, BNB, but there's 2.4 million out there. This market cap is 3.32 trillion, and 200 billion came in the last 24 hours. Now, this gives you all the cryptocurrencies from the one that has the most market cap to the last. And the one with the most market cap is obviously Bitcoin. We're talking about $1.9 billion in here. Sorry, $1.9 trillion in in this market cap. Okay, if you look up here, it says that the Bitcoin dominance is 57%. Jody, John, you're writing on the screen. If it's a mistake, it's fine, but please do not do that. So yeah, so basically 57%. So 57% of 3.3 trillion is 1.9 trillion. Okay. As you can see, it's up 2.67% for the week. And let's talk about uncomfortable numbers. If you guys got into Bitcoin when it first got started, okay, in 2008, the white paper was written. The first Bitcoin went into circulation in 2009. And this is a percentage that it's up. 155 million, 1,000, I don't know. I give up. This, in fact, I'm going to put this to Chat GPT and ask you to write this out so I'll be able to read it out to you guys. But there's a lot of zeros. Zeph, you said it was 155 million %. No.
Yeah, no, it's in the billions. It's in the billions, yeah. It's the biggest, one of the biggest investments in the history of the planet, basically. Yeah, it's in the billions.
In the last 10 years, right? Yeah, it overtook every asset base in the last 10 years. So, I mean, you look at 96,000, you say, oh my God, I can't believe that. It's about 1.7, 1.8 million. But guys, this is going on sale right now because the next 5 years, this is going to be $500,000. In the next 10 years, this would be around $30 to $40 million for one. So you are in the right place at the right time. Some of you are probably saying, how I, could have bought this when it was $600. Believe you me, you would have not bought it when it was $600 because what we're going to show you today is BNB, which is $637. How many of you would go buy one BNB right now? You won't, right? The same thing. People with vision bought here, and I'm glad I was one of them who saw this at that time and jumped right in. However, we're talking to you about the 5th largest coin in the world. Okay, as you can see, it's 5% up in the last 7 days. And this is a percentage that is up for the last, I think, 6 years since it was created in 2018. We're looking at 553,000%. Okay, now, why this is important for you? Okay, why is this important for you? Your friend or your family who invited you on this call today is basically inviting you to show you Bitcoin all over again. Okay, but this time at a fraction of the price. Now, the question is what you do with the information. So this BNB coin is very, very important. Why, guys? Because we want you to partner with the 5th largest coin in the world. That's number one. Number two, you're probably asking yourself, Shane, what is BNB? What the hell is BNB? So if you go to Google and we do a simple search and we type in which is the biggest crypto exchange in the world, right? And there you go. You would see Binance comes up as number one. Okay, there's it right here. Binance number one. So you're talking about a crypto exchange that's number one in the world, but the market cap for this year, we're sitting at $91 billion. So how many of you on this call would like to partner with the world's biggest crypto exchange in the world to say yourself, hey, I'm the ambassador of the world's biggest crypto exchange? By the way, Ronaldo is also, if you guys watch soccer, Ronaldo is also an ambassador for Binance, right? That's number one. And number two, the 5th largest coin in the world. And how would you like if I tell you you are going to get paid in BNB? So you don't need to fork out $637 to buy it. You are going to get paid in it. And I'm going to show you 3 steps on how to get paid in BNB. So you guys are sitting in the right place at the right time. You're probably in the same position as me when I saw Bitcoin 10 years ago. The question is, I took steps towards it. I took action. And when you're done with this call, we're asking you to do the same. Whether this is for you or not for you, only you can decide that once I'm done with the call. Okay. So how does this all work? Very, very simple. For you to get started, it's going to cost you 0.04 BNB. Okay. So let's look at that. 0.0044 BNB. Today, it's valued around 60 Rand with your fees. Let me repeat that, 60 Rand. How many of you have 60 Rand? Okay, let's put it this way. How many of you this week spend 60 Rand on fabulous spending that you'll never get a shot to earn back again? How many of you spent 60 Rand for this last week? Don't be shy. Put in the chat. There's a chat for a reason. I want this to be interactive because the more energy you put out to the universe, it comes back right back to you. So how many of you spent 60 Rand this week on things that you never ever get back? Type in me in the chat. Well, that's what the business is going to cost you. 60 Rand once off, including your fees, right? Once off. Now, how did we get this amount 60 Rand? Now, Frankie told you that this is a smart contract. This smart contract accepts BNB White on the Binance blockchain. And this is what the system is programmed to do, to accept 0.044 BNB. So how do we get 60 Rand? Very simple. We go to an exchange. As you can see, it's 11,571 Rand 37 if you're from South Africa. If you're from USA or any part of the world and you deal with USD, it's $637. So basically, all you got to do is just type in here 0.0044. That gives you 51 Rand. So the 9 Rand is your exchange fees, etc. So that's how we get 60 Rand. As I told you before, on this call, we give you factual information based on today's prices. So that's 60 Rand. So you'll find there's different packages here. You can choose to come in on any of these packages if you choose to upgrade, but everybody starts at 60 Rand. Everybody. If you're somebody who says, Shane, I've got a network of people who really 60 Rand is chump change, they'd like to come in on the higher packages, just say ambassador, you can buy this package and show this to your friends who can afford this package. Am I making sense? But for South Africa, we want to give all South Africans a chance. A lot of people don't have that amount of capital to start. So we say everybody starts off with 60 Rand. Zaf, Frankie, and I, and everybody on this call, I can tell you started off with 60 Rand. But what we want for you, we want to show you how to move to influencer, achiever, ambassador. Then you move down to pioneer, mentor, and then to champion. Now, if you were paying attention to Frankie in the beginning, we did say this is called Project Champion. What do we mean by that? So we want to work with you, okay? You need to stand out. You need to tell us, Shane, Frankie, Zef, hold my hand. Show me how to get to champion in 1 month, okay? Now, most of you may sit there and say, what? This is unbelievable. Well, I want you to stick around after this call because we will introduce you to some people who did it way before 1 month, right? So what we're showing you here is not just us talking, but we're also going to walk the walk and show you how it has been done. Because if one person can do it or 5 people can do it, why can't you? It all depends on your mindset. So this is our short-term goal to get you here to champion in 1 month. Our long-term goal, get you to director, titan, and icon, legend, and emperor. We want you to get here because this is where you are going to make money while you are in bed. Well, you actually make money from the word go while you're in bed, but this here is where you get royalties from everybody in your organization. How much? A 1% royalty will be applied to every deposit distributed. And how many people are going to be in this network by the time you get to Emperor? We're looking at around 8,000 people. And imagine earning 1% from everybody that you don't know. So let's recap. First step, you have 60 Rand. If you got 60 Rand, that's your first step done and dusted. Next thing is we're going to work with you to get you to champion in 1 month. If you're up for the challenge, very good. We want to work with you. Our 2-year game plan, for some of us, probably 6 months or 1 year, we want you to get to your icon, legend, and emperor. Easy? Good. So how do we do this? Remember, Frankie said we're building a community. This OPBM blockchain is already created. We want to take this to 1 million people. But here's the problem we have. Frankie only knows X amount of people. Zaf knows X amount of people. I know X amount of people. But if we network with you guys, you probably have a whole list of people who can afford 60 Rand and want to make 1 million Rand in the 12 months because we only can do X amount. Am I making sense? So the person who invited you on this call says, you know what? I know somebody who's hungry. I know somebody who has good work ethic. I know somebody who wants to be consistent. And I know somebody who wants to make 1 million Rand in the next 12 months. Can we invite him to the call? And boom, that's why you are here on this call. Okay. So remember I told you there's 3 steps to make 1 million. The first step is 60 Rand. Easy step. Let's go on to the next step. It's even more easier, right? So you can make notes as I speak. That would help you as well. But I keep reinforcing the 3 steps. So by the end of this call, you'll already know it off by heart. So how do we do this? Now, some of you probably, when I mentioned the price 60 Rand, you probably fell off your seat and say, what? Can never be? Yes, can be. Now, here's what I'm saying. Although you have a list of people in your mind right now, or even you can think out loud, make a list of your 10 people who you know that deserve to make 1 million Rand in 12 months. Note the keywords I'm saying, who deserve to make, not somebody who's going to sit up their laurels and not do anything, expect 1 million Rand, because this is not something that you're not going to work. You have to work, because if this was easy, everybody would be doing it. And when I say it's hard work, you know what I mean by hard work? Hard work means inviting somebody to a call from Monday to Friday. We do this from Monday to Thursday at 8:30 and on Friday at 9 o'clock. Can you work that hard? Can you sacrifice 1 hour a day for yourself to leave a legacy and make 1 million Rand? If you are that person on this call right now, welcome. I think you're already in. So of all your friends that you have in your mind or making a list, we only need 2 of them. 2 of the most dynamic ones, you know, the ambitious one, the go-getters, the one who walks in the room and the whole room lights up, the one who wants to win all the games, whether it's playing Tani, whether it's playing Carrom board, whether it's playing 9 cards, whether it's playing a game of hopscotch, they always want to be number 1 in Monopoly or whatever. This is what you need to show them, because those guys are goal driven. So how we do this? Very, very simple. We're going to show this to 2 friends immediately. Once you get off the phone, you're going to get on the call and tell them, I need you to book your time tomorrow at 8:30. I want your take on something. I have a plan to make 1 million Rand. I want your advice. Can you come on the call? Right? That's your invite done and dusted. Once they say yes, they're going to pay 60 Rand. You are going to make, okay, let's just say 50 Rand, because obviously the 9 Rand is fees, right? So you're going to get basically 100% commission. Who likes the idea of that? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. When you show your next friend, you're going to make another 50 Rand. Okay. So basically, guys, that's your money back in your pocket. This is the easiest business to get into profit that you've seen in South Africa right now. No business, not even a spaza shop, if you're thinking of opening up a spaza shop, because, okay, I don't want to get into all of that, but you cannot even open up a spaza shop with 50 bucks. But these 2 people are very important. Why? This is called a 2x2 force matrix. Why is it called a force matrix? Let's assume you are ambitious. You say, Shane, you know what? I love this so much. This is a no-brainer. I'm going to take this to TikTok. I'm going to take this to Facebook. I'm going to take it to WhatsApp, and I'm going to remain constant till I hit my goals. You can show this to 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, 10 people. But for now, within 12 hours, why we say 12 hours, later on I'll show you why, we want 2 people in the system, because success loves speed. Now, these 2 people, why are they important? Is because these 2, Faye, I think you're drawing all over my screen, Faye. Yes, guys, if you do write on my screen, you do know that your name pops up and I'll be able to see who you are, right? If it was by mistake, you are forgiven. But if you're doing it intentionally, please don't do that, because I can see who you are and you will be removed from the room, okay? So
She was probably trying to calculate how much she's going to make, like billions.
Oh,
so we forgive
okay.
you, Faye.
Oh, okay. Faye, then how's this? Let's write 1 billion here. Okay, Faye, don't know what is Faye, you're forgiven. So we are all here to basically look at this idea, conceptualize it, and make it as easy as possible. So if you want to take this out to your friends, you're welcome to do that. But for now, 2 is the most important. The reason it's called 2x2 force matrix is because when you bring in your 3rd person, there's no 3rd spot here. You have to place them under your 1st person. Okay. So when you bring in your 2 people, you know what this does? It opens up your comp plan 12 levels deep. Basically, a whole compensation plan opens up 12 levels deep. And this, guys, gives you an earning potential of $20 million. Oh, I think Jay was trying to do that, right? The 20 million there, I think. So once you bring in your 2 guys, these 2 people open up the whole compensation plan 12 levels deep. That is why the 2 is very important. If you decide to come in and not do anything, do not bring in 2, you're wasting your time. And you rather take that 50 Rand, as F say, buy 2 loaves of bread, but I say buy a hot dog and a Coke and have a smile. Okay? So you guys understand what we want here. This is your 2nd step, just 2 people in the next 12 hours. That's it. Now, let's move on. This is the important part that I need to show you. This is a level income. As you can see, there's 12 levels. Remember I told you your 2 friends opens this 12 levels deep. That's your 12 levels coming down. Now, as you can see, all this is done in BNB, but Sonia, let's give Sonia some love here. She has created a beautiful Excel PowerPoint to show us these numbers in USD as well as in ZAR. So I open this up, and as you can see, I've updated the amounts as of today. So if I go back to the price of 111,571, and I go back to the presentation, that's it here. So basically, it auto-populates all these figures that you see on your screen. So let's break this down as easy as possible for everybody at home and YouTube to understand how this works. Very, very simple. Okay. Now, if you look at this here, you got levels, ranks, people. Now, the green is basically your reward in BNB, because remember, I did tell you you're going to get paid in BNB, right? The ZAR in the red is basically giving you the conversion from BNB to ZAR. If you're tuning in from different parts of the world right now, you'll be looking at the USD value, right? So people from South Africa, you look at the red. People from outside South Africa and outside Africa, you look at purple. Okay, let's go. So you can see levels here, 1 to 12. So what we told you to do, bring 2 friends. Now, what I want you to do is look at these levels from 1 to 12 as levels going up to a high-rise building. And your 12th floor is your penthouse where the emperor lives. Can you see? So everybody starts off on the first floor, which is level 1. Everybody. You, me, everybody comes in with the $50. We're starting off as beginner. So what's your first steps? Remember, I told you 3 steps to get to R1,000,000. Your first step. I'm writing this down in my most legible writing with my mouse so you can see. And besides, Frankie won't scold me because it's untidy. Okay, so this is your first step, is 60 Rand. Okay, judging from everybody's comments, you probably will have the 60 Rand ready to get started. That's your first step done. That means you're a beginner. Now, your second step, okay, is 2 people. Right now, you probably have those 2 names in your head or have written it down. That's your second step done. Tick there, easy peasy. This is your 2. Once your 2 say, yes, there's my 16 and I'm in, you are going to get 0.004 reward for these 2 people. In Rand value, it's 46.29 times 2 gives you 92.57 Rand. You guys can see that? So if you're looking at USD value, it's $5.10. Now, remember I told you this is a 2 by 2 forced matrix, FM. Why? Because this floor, level 1, can only take 2 people. 2 times 2 is 4. The second floor can only take 4 people. 4 times 2 is 8, 16, 32. You get it. Every floor multiplies by 2. That's how you get to your 4,000 people here. Now, if there's only place for 2 people, you need to upgrade to go to level 2. How much your upgrade costs? 72 Rand. Now, you made 92 Rand, so there's no monies off your pocket. Very, very important. Your 72 Rand comes off your profit, and now you made 23 Rand profit. Now, it also paid you 0.002 BNB. This is very important. If the price of when the price of this goes up, you know what happens? This 23 Rand goes up in value, just like how Bitcoin is close to 100,000 now. It was, well, $600 at one stage, right? So imagine if you hold this for the next 5-10 years, and this amount here now is worth 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million Rand. This is a good, as much as 23 Rand now, I want you guys to think big. So once you upgrade, you are on your second floor. Now you influencer. On this floor can take 4 people. Where did these 4 people come from? Exactly from these 2 people. You know, these 2 dynamic leaders that you showed in the beginning, in the previous slide? They are going to duplicate exactly what you did. So if you learn to duplicate properly, your team will duplicate and you will reach the higher ranks. So now that you have 4 people, remember, before you got 46 Rand per person, now you're getting 69.43 per person. 69.43 times 4 gives you 277. Your upgrade is 145. You're going home on 138 Rand. More importantly, 0.012 BNB. Now you're on the 3rd floor. You are achiever. Once you have 8 achievers here, where this 8 people came from, either from this 4 or this 2. So you see, as we move down here, it gets easier and easier because everybody's duplicating. Here you get 138 Rand per person times 8 achievers gives you 1,110 Rand. Your upgrade cost 291.60. You're going home with 833 Rand. More importantly, 0.07. Now, guys, we want to get you to champion. So you can calculate how much of money you're going to make all the way through, right? We want to get you to champion here in 1 month. I'll just put 1 month here, right? So in other words, we want to create 128 champions in your business. How much you're going to get paid? 2,221 Rand per champion. 2,221 times 128 gives you 2,843 or $15,678. Your upgrade only costs you 4,500 off that 284,000. You're actually going over about 280,000. More importantly, 24.92 BNB. This is serious money. Okay, we want to get you here in 1 month. So that is why we're saying if you're not prepared to bring the two in, all this would not happen. And if you're not prepared to bring the two in and prepared to be on the calls, guys, this project is not for you. Okay, we are looking for early adopters. We're looking for pioneers in the space. It's not for you. Now, once you upgrade here with this 431, you're going to go hit director. This is where the million comes in. As you can see, 1,128,000. So there's your 3 steps: 60 Rand, 2 people, and upgrade. This is your 3rd step, which is upgrade. Guys, you will do the step upgrade until you reach 1 million Rand. So let me show you in real time how this whole thing works. So as you can see, there's a lot of numbers here, but it's very, very easy to understand. And it's okay if you didn't understand it. The important thing you need to know is I got 60 Rand and I got 2 people. The rest you would learn, because everything here is about repetition. Now, let's go directly to the app to show you this in real time, how this works. So I'm going to close this up here and go to my app. Okay.
Shane, can I rudely interrupt you?
Yes, you may. While he's having a sip of water.
I don't know if you want to address Ash, who has been spamming our chat box with the Ponzi scheme, what, but I thought maybe we could just engage him.
Yeah. I love to do this.
No, he's gone. He spammed like 100 messages, so I reported him to Zoom. Yeah, it would have went to 1,000 if we didn't stop it, because he just went like on and on and on. So yeah, he's a troll. And
No,
that's what trolls.
but let's
Unfortunately, you
hijacked
get that, guys.
Yeah,
no, but
they
let's
hijacked
okay. No, it's fine. Let's read what he wrote here, because I like to
Yeah.
debunk everything.
Yeah, no, you can check on the
sure.
smart contract and show people, yeah, because
Yeah.
what,
No, I will see what he wrote, because
Yeah.
the meeting appears to such schemes rely on recruiting new passengers. Like anything else in sales, dude, where are you been sleep? I mean, YouTube, you have to subscribe. You have to, why do you think they say like, subscribe, and share? Okay. Legitimate through product or services, rather than generating. Okay, so there is no product here because we are building a community, right? Just like YouTube, when you want to build a YouTube channel, and for you to get your blue tick on Twitter, or well, now X, as well as YouTube, for you to get the tick, you got to pay thousands of rands to be a legitimate influencer. So if you don't know that, now you know. For you to earn money, you got to pay that for you to get your blue tick. So it's the exact same thing here. Participation in the scheme is illegal. Can lead to serious. Well, it can't, because this is on the blockchain, guys. That is why we do not ask you for your ID number. We do not ask you for your name. We do not ask you for your social security numbers if you're tuning in from different parts of the world. This is the blockchain. Now, let me tell you something, right? If this could have been shut down by government, as he's saying, illegal, financial legal, USA and South Africa and the UK would have shut down the blockchain and Bitcoin when it was first created. That is why the governments were against it, but it cannot be shut down because it's a smart contract. It's a decentralized server system. That is why now they're adopting it, okay? The SEC, which is the Securities and Exchange Commission, they're the ones who create these rules. But for the blockchain space, they cannot do anything, okay? So for what he says, the government is aware of such activities by monitoring this meeting and its budget to compliance. Okay, here's this here, right? Those of you who were here earlier in my call, my link is live on YouTube, right? My link is live on YouTube. And this guy says, the government is aware of such activities and may be monitoring. Dude, I'm live on YouTube, man. I'd like to show you the video, but I'm not going to do that. So obviously, I'm not worried about that. For additional context, see our right BNB crypto gifting scheme. For additional context, see this review, BNB. Oh, I like to see that. Learn more about avoiding. See FTC Gov. Guys, this got nothing to do with the government. That is why we say this is completely decentralized. Okay, so let's
Yeah,
look
if you
at
click
this.
if you click any of that links, there's a good chance that your phone will get hacked. And that's how these trolls get your
Yeah.
phone, like by getting your
I was
attention.
just going to
Don't
say, guys, please don't open that message because it's probably a security
spam.
risk. So
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, let's do this, right? Guys, Ponzi schemes do what? They accumulate funds. So the owners themselves accumulate the funds, and what they do, they shut the system down, right? So if I go into the smart contract, which I'm going to do right now, and I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see what I'm doing live, right? I'm just going to go here. Okay.
One day when this Ponzi scheme pays me, I'm going to buy a fan. Seriously.
You buy a fan. It's a hot where you are at the moment. Okay, so guys, you're ready for this. I want to show you the smart contract. I'm going to go right into the smart contract right now and explain this to you guys in detail. So let me share my screen. Okay, so as you can see, it says OPBNB, right? I'm going to tap on this here, and what it's going to do is, you know what? Let me not shade up here. Let me go directly to the Telegram on the net, and then you guys can see it better there. Too bad he ran away. Did anybody remove him? Because I like challenging people, you know, when they talk nonsense, especially when you got all your ducks in a row. It's like, okay, there you go.
I put him in the waiting room and he came back in, so I did remove him because he could be a troll. He allowed himself in without being approved. So yeah.
Without being approved.
Yeah, because I put him in the waiting room and he came back in.
So somebody is allowing him in. Okay, but let me just check this up here. So how this works is he's got somebody in here, but let me just change the setting quickly. Okay, 1 second.
Makes life interesting, I guess.
Yeah, okay, so I've got my allow participants to rename themselves ticked off so they can't come in as a troll now. Okay, so guys, watch this, right? For those of you who read that day, that guy probably never see this. This is the smart contract that Frankie was telling you about. Now, what's the balance of this account? Let's do some simple maths for those people on this call who are logical, who's got a lot of gray matter. I know that you're here. If we grew this team to 371,000 people, let me show you that before I go to the read contract. Okay, guys, if I go here and look at total users, we are around 323,000 people, right? So if 323,000 people are here, don't you think we'll have a BNB balance and a value in here? So Ponzi schemes are people who accumulate the funds, and especially the owners. This contract is designed in such a way that no money is left in the balance. Everything is distributed out to the field. How it's distributed? Back here where it says 100% of your direct deposits are distributed back to you. So if this is a Ponzi, it's the worst Ponzi I've ever seen, that the company pays you 100% of the commission. And let's assume that if the FSCA comes and they look at the smart contract, they say, but guys, y'all are not making no money. where is the money? This cannot be shut down. If somebody decides to shut this down, let's look at the code. Look at this is the code. You cannot delete this. It's called immutable code. Nobody can change this. No government, no FSCA, no what's the word he used there? I can't even remember the word he used. Let me just repeat that there. FTC. FTC Gov, nobody can have a look at this here and do anything with this because this is immutable. You got to hack everybody's computers around the world who's involved in the mining of this project just to get this out and done with. So I hope I
And
answered your
besides
question.
anything, I know that we don't have a product, but yet we do have a product because it's the community. We are building a huge community. A doctor sells his practice. He needs patients, right?
Yeah.
I had a car wash. Guess how much they were like, how many clients do you have? So, the human community, that's what we're building.
So this
Anyway.
is what he would have waited to see. When we reach 1 million, we're going to have our own gaming token, which is a product, our gaming projects, which are products, our exchange, which is a product, our trading bot, which is a
Exactly.
product, our own blockchain, which is a product, and our own Web3 projects, which are products. So then again, his intention is not to get the information. His intention is to spam the calls. So having said that, I just want to go into the back office quickly and show you exactly how this whole thing works. Okay, so if I click on transactions, I click on receive, it shows me my transaction, but more importantly, if I click view on blockchain, now you guys tell me whether this is possible with the banking system. Now, if you look at this here, this is the blockchain in real time. And you're probably using, well, Shane, what's so good about this? This is like me going into a bank right now. Let me just share my screen. This is like me going into the bank right now and basically looking at the transactions while it's in the server. This is called the blockchain, guys, in real time. Okay, so if I go back here, as you can see, view on blockchain, that's where I clicked. So let me show you something. This is what your dashboard looks like. I click explore, I search. As you can see, I want you to pay attention to these. Remember, I told you 12 hours, and I'm going to show you why. 934, 480, and 788. Remember these three numbers, right? Because these are important for you to remember. I'm going to click on 934, and I'm going to click go here, and it's going to take me into my dashboard. Remember, this is all from your SafePal app, and it's decentralized, which means no government, no authorities can look at this because you didn't give them your name, your surname, nothing, not even your ID number. They just give you 12
Not
words.
even a troll.
Yeah, they just know your 12 words. So I don't know what he means by the government is going to, oh God, what clowns we have. So anyway, this is how you upgrade, guys. When I click dashboard, these are the funds that I have at the moment here. Now, remember I told you the third step is to upgrade, right? As you can see, I'm director. It took me 2 months to get here. And what happens is when I click this Titan, let's just say if I have 0.78 or 0.79 in my wallet, and if I wanted to upgrade, all I had to do is just touch on this Titan, on this word Titan, a green tick would appear. I click upgrade here, it will remove my funds from there, and it'll upgrade me to Titan. Guys, you're going to just do that until you reach the 12th month, or you can do this, I think, in less than a month to get to champion. Okay. We were playing around with this and we hit director, to be honest. So when I hit community, as you can see, this is 934, which is my account. 480 is my wife's account. And lastly, 788 is my daughter's account. Now, because I didn't do it quick enough, a guy from Nigeria took the spot, which means my daughter is in his business. That means whatever I do here is going to benefit him. But ideally, my daughter was supposed to be here. Okay. Why I didn't do it in 12 hours. If you're going to do it before 12 hours, you're welcome to do it within the hour. A lot of people did this in 10 minutes. Okay. But it's important for you to lock your 2 spots because whoever comes in from the top can bring thousands of people into your business. That's it from here. So I really wish that guy was on the call because this next video he would have loved. For those of you who I want to prove to you that this dude didn't know what he was talking, watch this video.
We are also going to focus, yes, on the fourth industrial revolution, get into blockchain in a most meaningful way, the Internet of Things. And they spoke extremely well. What they were saying was motive. trust all those things. Most informative.
Author and amongst various other enterprises, he is developing the first Black-owned cryptocurrency platform. He is a highly qualified blockchain expert, yet his passion lies in social issues and the upliftment of African citizens.
Best-selling book, Mr. Bitcoin. I'm a blockchain specialist and have spearheaded the blockchain technology revolution in South Africa and on the African continent. Blockchain technology is an emerging space in the world, with the PwC report saying that 84% of companies in South Africa and globally are looking to implement blockchain technology. Now, for those who may be wondering what is blockchain technology, let me paint this picture for you. In about 10 years' time, my self-driving car will be driving on the road and will ask your self-driving car to give it way so that it may overtake because I'm in a hurry. My self-driving car will be able, after doing that process, to tip your self-driving car by sending it 10 Rand on a blockchain system. This is the world that we're gearing ourselves for. The Internet of Things, powered.
Yeah, so guys, you hear it directly from our president's mouth. And if any of you are friends with this Ash guy, tell him I said I told you so, right? Make sure you get him on a call with me. Not that we waste our time with people who don't know. You know what I'm saying? You can't argue with people who don't have the same mentality because they'll beat you with stupidity. So we don't argue, but we want to show the factual information before you make decisions and comments like that there. So I just want to explain something to you. Everything we do in business has a hierarchy. It's called a hierarchy. You look from schools, you got the principal, you got the HODs, you got the teachers, you got the prefects, and you got the students. You look at a corporate, you got a CEO, then you've got all your board members, and then you got your managers.
Volume. Sorry, Shane, your volume. We always lose it after you play that video.
Okay, can you hear me now? Now can you hear me? Okay, cool. Yeah, so every corporate out there has a hierarchy, okay? Every corporate. You got the CEO, you got your board members, then you've got your management staff, then you got staff, and then you got the cleaners. In school, you got the principal, you got the HODs, you got the teachers, you got the prefects, you got the students. Every corporate is called a hierarchy. Fortunately for this business here, Zaf came in and he's earning, I think, 10 times more than the person who brought him in. So how can you outdo the person who brought you in this, if this was a Ponzi or whatever you say? Most importantly, that this is a smart contract, it's not controlled by any human being. If you look at your calculator, right? If I go, where's my calculator? If I go on this calculator and type in 1 + 1 + 1 = 3, that means do step 1, 60 Rand, bring 2 people and upgrade, you'll get 3, right? Step 1, 2, 3 = 3. 1 + 1 is 3. If that's what's coded on this calculator, if I go 1 + 1 + 1 = 3, and if you do 60 Rand, 2 people, and if you upgrade, how can you not become an influencer when it's a program? This calculator is programmed to give you the number 3. That coding that you have is programmed to pay you and take you to influencer. Nobody can change it. Can I go change this calculator? It's programmed. You are buying into a digital smart contract that's not controlled by any human being. So that is why it's important to learn about the blockchain space. It's called the double spend problem. I discussed that in our last call, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago. I spoke about the double spend problem. But if you watch the video that I put on early on, the cryptographers and bankers, as well as computer analysts, they could not just send anything of value in the internet. The blockchain is a first technology, and you guys are living, you know, during this time to actually see this come to fruition. That is such a major thing. And yeah, that is why no government can shut us down. You go report a smart contract. What are they going to report? What? Let's just say if I go to the police station and say, look, I have this wallet and I've got 12 words, and but where's your ID? No, I didn't put my ID. So how do I know? Guys, come, guys. It doesn't take a lot. What you can report to the government? Yeah. That's too funny what you just said. But anyway, let's open up the floor to questions, guys. Let's open up the floor to questions. Zaf, I'll hand it back to you after the joke.
Hey, Thank you so much, Shane. Yeah, it's amazing. Some people got rocks for brains, but there's just that's just who they are. In life, there's always going to be a lifeline, and you have an opportunity whether you're going to take it or not. You can listen to someone like that, or you can listen to the people who are actually doing it. And it's always the people on the outside that haven't done anything will speak about what's happening on the inside, yet they have seen nothing. So look, that's okay. And I love our community. Everyone here on here as well. We have each other's backs, and it's amazing. So, when we started this business, as Shane mentioned, we were still learning the ropes and stuff. So everything you're learning today, you all can fast forward. Why I say that? Because even though it took us about 2.5 weeks to hit champion, there has been someone who did it in 15 days. Why? Because we put in the effort, we put in the work, and we made the mistakes that you don't have to. But our mistakes, it paid us as well. So it wasn't a costly mistake. It was good. So we built a team big here. You don't have to build a massive team to make a lot of money. Whatever your income targets are for the year, for the month, whatever it is, you can earn it here if you love helping people, and this is what we are about. So it's a wealth sharing platform. And as Shay mentioned, it's about almost 350,000 people worldwide, and it's almost 3 months in. So this is going places with or without you. And look, if you make a couple 100,000 here and you're only putting 50 Rand, isn't that well worth it, right? Simple as that. So yeah, also here as well, we got something called Project Champion, and we also have something called the Millionaires Club. So you want to get to the level champion and above to be part of that club, and we're planning a trip. So if any one of y'all here love to travel, we're going to be going to Dubai next year, either February or March. And guess what? You're all invited. All you got to do is make it to that level, and guess what? You're going to make a lot of money along the way that you'll be able to spend. So I'm going to hand it over to Frankie, who would like to maybe give a testimonial, and anyone else on the call, please feel free to raise your hand. This is also your call. Give us your experience as well, because there's also people that are deciding to get started. I mean, it's only 60 Rand, not much of a decision. The decision comes when you want to duplicate and build your business. Remember something, you're not building just a business, you're building an empire, right? You're building an empire because your regular job or regular business will not give you this kind of income. So thank you all for listening. I'm going to hand it over to Frankie.
Thanks, guys, and thanks for bearing with us. And so sorry that you had to go through that. But I mean, you get people like that all over the world. Unfortunately, it is what it is. And if I wasn't sitting in the position that I'm sitting in this evening, I might have listened to that. But I've done it, and the beauty of it all is I did it with $60. In fact, it's 50. When I started, it was $50 on the 15th of October. And so I can tell you that I've made my $50 back over and over and over again. Yes, I could cash up and I could leave and I could take my earnings and say thanks very much. But I obviously want to get to the upper levels because I want to be able to get the residual income. That's why I'm in here. And it's Project Champion, and it's here for a reason. And we want to do this over the next 12 months, and we want to take as many people with us and get them out of these chains of poverty. So, in fact, I was talking to one of my downline, Elise, to her team today. They are on fire. I can't even tell you how many people signed up today. Unfortunately, they were scammed out of a lot of money. They all put in at about 27,000. And, unfortunately, they all lost out there, about 500 of them. And they're all coming over. They are all coming over. They're signing. They are locking arms. They're coming over like one man, and they're going to help one another build this community. And hopefully, when they do that, they're going to be able to at least get some of their money back. That they invested in another blinking scam that didn't work. But this, like Shane said, best Ponzi I've ever seen. If you can get all your money back. I mean, I got in. I brought 2 people in. I got my money back. I'm now in profit. So I don't know where the scam is, but anyway, let it be what it is.
So,
So
Frankie,
if you guys have got, there are some questions. I think there are some questions as well in the
Frankie,
chat about spillover.
I'd like to add something there as well, and I want you guys to understand something, right? When you sign up somebody, as soon as that person signs up, the smart contract is coded to pay you immediately. The money does not go sit in a secondary account and waiting for somebody to execute payment for you. It's paid directly to you same time. So there's no holding account. That's what I just showed you there. So when you look at, I'm teaching you guys something. When you look at a smart contract, right? As you go to the smart contract, you look at directors. And if your directors have wallet addresses there, each wallet address will have a sum of money that means they take a portion and put in there. Those are the smart contracts you be wary about. This smart contract under director says 00 addresses. Now, this guy, you probably didn't read that. Now, Zaf and Frankie, I just want to ask you something. What do you think my life was like when I started with Bitcoin, when the whole of South Africa was against me, where I couldn't do a Zoom call like this because I had no proof of government really saying like this? I could play a video in the end with the prayer. I like what Frankie said here. She said, she says, telling us that the government will shut us down. The next video, government encouraging us to get involved in blockchain. That is like brilliant, Frankie. But that's the point. He says, report us to a government, and you didn't realize I have a video where government is telling us to get, this gets crazy. But I just want to let you know, this is some of the challenges.
Listen, you don't understand. I was wetting myself here. I'm going, oh my word, why did we take him out the room? Because he's saying government shutting you down. This is it's the end of everything. And the next minute, President Cyril Ramaphosa, you've got to get into blockchain.
Anyway, it's a good laugh.
Hysterical.
Okay, we got some questions there. You said you can go through it, Frankie, and you and Zaf can
It was
answer.
about the spillover.
Yeah. It's actually my eyes is still on your comment, funny enough. I think it's below your comment. Vusumzi Malinga. Hey, you know what? I like Dr. Malinga. I like his music. Shane, how does spillover work? Basically, it works like this. If you brought your two people and came in, right? Your first person, the second person, and your upline decides to sign somebody and they get placed under your person. That is spillover. Or maybe you locked a spot, and by the time you are looking for your two people, somebody from the top signs somebody and the system places them under you. That is called spillover. So depends on the team that you're joining. Like Frankie just said, people are going to bring in like 500 people. So whoever locks in their spot in that team now will get a whole lot of spillover. Basically, somebody from the top signing somebody and the system places them under you. That's the quickest way I can explain spillover. So here's what's nice about this. You can give 200, 300 people a spillover, but if you don't bring your two people in, you will not smell a single cent from those hundreds and thousands of people in your business. And it's so sad. Some people joined me in this business when I first got started and didn't do anything. They've got literally thousands of people in the business. But because they didn't bring two, they lost out on all the income. That is why our priority is two. If you're not going to put two, do not waste your time signing up. But for those of you who want to sign up, click I'm in, and the person who invited you will get back to you. So if you're watching on Zoom, do the exact same thing. Get back to the person who invited you to the call. Zoom user says, how do I sign up? I'm ready. And Nikki said, contact the person who invited you to Zoom. Nikki, well done. This is what I like. Some calls I've been on, people put their mobile number and say, call me. Nikki, shout out to you. Well said. Get back to the person who invited you to the call. How do we get hold of leaders, Musa? Easy. Speak to the person who invited you to the call. They have an upline. You can get hold of Zaf or Frankie. You can get a hold of me, but I'm so, to be honest, I get a bit busy. I will reply, but not in time. But this is Zaf's team, so you're probably in Zaf or Frankie's business. Cody says, if you still have that person's number, forward the president's picture. Cody, fist bump. Well done. And Eka says, I'm already in. Welcome. Subhai, hi, I joined on Monday. I have 2 people now. I have 3 more. Wow, well done. Can I do it under my link, or must I use the link of the 2 below? It all depends on your strategy. Maybe Zaf and Frankie would want to talk about the strategy on how you're running your team. Oh, Zaf already replied. You can sign up as many as you want, but make sure they have the 2. There you go. Subhashni, I didn't read that, but Zaf did answer your question. So did Frankie. Well done, guys. I have 8 people already by Friday. Shafia Salam. Assalamu alaikum. You are doing things, doing mashallah. What did I say, Zaf? Mashallah. Well done. Zaf, you're laughing. I'm learning, Zaf. I know my alif, bet and everything. I even can greet to Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. See, all my Muslim friends and family on this call, I got you back. Anup, I have been told that saving your money in the bank is the best way to go. I was telling them, Anup, nobody's going to listen to you if they don't know what the crypto space is, bro. They got to go to the education in order to know what they have.
Leave
Yeah,
them. Let their money be in the bank. It's fine. We'll buy all the crypto.
yeah.
You know what happens when the
Leave it.
bank collapses, right? All they'll tell you is, sorry, we don't have your money. You can't hold them liable. So that's all. If they whatever cents or rands they got, it'll happen. It happened in the UK, where an investment banker, you can Google him. I think he was an Irish banker. He had one of the biggest banks, and one thing he did was he used to loan himself money from his own bank, which was a dumb thing. So he invested that money and he lost it all in the stock market. People lost tens of billions of pounds,
Ish.
and he never went to jail for that. You know, because when you invest and put your money in a bank, remember something, they're not liable if they lose your money. There's no contract to say if you lose my money, you're going to pay me back. So basically, you are giving someone your money, and if they lose it, they lose it. It's just a place that they're keeping it. So you
So,
may want to think about it as
so
well. Yeah.
you talk about UK. Let me explain to you what happened to us. You guys know the riots that happened here in July 2 years or 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
When everything was shut down. You go to the ATM, you could not withdraw no cash because no vehicles were coming to put, and no shopkeeper that was open wanted to take cards. They all wanted cash. Why? If the S hit the fan, they could take whatever they could and cash and they could leave. There was no cash in the ATMs. All the cash was gone. For me, I had Bitcoin. I phoned one of the like Tradeport. You guys heard of Tradeport, right? They're the one that big. They supply Coke with Coke, Schlanger, Cash and Carry, what have you. So I knew the owners there because they were in business with me. And told them, look, I got Bitcoin. They sent a Casper. You guys know what's a Casper? The big army trucks. They escorted me there. I bought about 3 truckloads of groceries for my community and my friend, my family, and like diapers and milk and all of those things for kids. And they escorted me out because I had Bitcoin. Exactly. And everybody that was there, they said, if you don't have cash, you're not allowed to come in. Yet they got the food, but they cannot sell it to you because they needed the cash in case of an emergency. So guys, leave alone the other countries. In our own country, let me tell you something. I'm not scaring you guys, but I want to let you know. You know, they're forming the part of the BRICS, right? If there is a civil war, if there is a war, right, in the country, the first thing that happens is they shut the JSE down, right? They shut the Johannesburg Stock Exchange down. Why? Because nobody can sell their shares to collapse all the companies. Once that goes down, the second thing to get shut down is the banks. Nobody is allowed to withdraw. Nobody is allowed to do any EFTs, nothing. Because the first thing people will do is to head for the banks to withdraw the money. Your money that you put in the bank is not in the bank anymore. When you give your money to the bank, you're actually signing a form to tell them you can do as you wish with the money. So they put it in crypto, they put it in property, wherever. So when you go there, if everybody goes right now to the bank and say, I want to withdraw, the banks will collapse, basically. And that is why you have to go after 32 days, etc., etc. So
I mean, imagine Elon Musk trying to draw his money.
why do you think he moved to Dogecoin and Bitcoin? It's crazy. Why do you guys saw the video, the Bitcoin video I put on earlier, right? A whole group of truckers in Canada went on strike and the government locked their funds, the bank accounts up. That is why Canada is now moving to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin cannot be held by any government, cannot be locked.
We all need to move away from the banks.
Well, this is why these calls are important, is to educate the public. And if you take the advice, good luck to you. If you don't, good luck to you. You need more luck than we do. Anyway, this is very true, Shane. The system is so corrupt. People have no idea. Yeah, you know, what's nice to do, Zaf, nice to have a fireside chat one of the days where we just have a Zoom and we just talk about all of this, you know, because I think people pick up a lot when you have a general conversation.
Maybe we can do it on Thursday, because on Friday we do an international call. On Thursday we can do that. Just to break up the tension, yeah. Or we do presentation every day, yeah. Maybe on Thursday we can do that.
Because when you talk about the space, that's when people like raise it and say, oh my God, you know, is it really, that's where the world is going? Right now, guys, let's just put it this way. If the banks now says, you know what, we are going to move towards BRICS and we want to join the army, support Russia or China into the war that's happening in Ukraine, because apparently UK shot some missiles across as well. Some Shadow Stormers jets went over, blah, blah, blah. And we have to go and now get involved in that war. And what happens if the banking system now says, you know what, you guys are not allowed to withdraw? What do you do? Or whatever cash is remaining in the ATM, that's it. What do you guys do?
They just better not send our military.
We don't have a military. Talking about we don't have bullets.
They're all sitting at either KFC or Burger King or I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary times, but it's something that it's a conversation we got to have. It's very, very serious. And, it's something that we look and we think it's too far-fetched. But believe you me, when the riots happened in KZN, it was not a pretty, and I'm from Phoenix, and you guys know Phoenix was in the news for all the wrong reasons on CNN, we were on BBC, we were everywhere. And people said, oh, you know what, y'all are killing but the thing is, a little bit about history, like me personally, I was born in Inanda. I was born in the location. Okay, I had a tin house, neighbor's house with mud and what have you. That's where I grew up. I wasn't born with the silver spoon in my mouth. I was born in Inanda. For those of you who don't know, Inanda is a location, okay? And then from there we educated ourselves and we moved up. And that is why I'm so close to my Black friends. And I have a close attachment to them because we all used to eat together. We should dance around the fire together, But I moved out of there during the 85 riots. I was like class 1 of grade, class 1, grade 4, grade 5, something like that. But my point is, when these riots happened, everybody was panicking and we didn't know where we would draw funds from. The garages didn't want to give us fuel, and I got like 6 vehicles parked in my yard, and they sent a voice note that we are coming for the spa, and I'm right near the spa, and I had to move all my vehicles and whatever cash I had to clear out. But the most important thing is that I had Bitcoin, and nobody, as soon as you told the guys I got Bitcoin, okay, come through. So guys, the BNB you have right now, what you're earning with this, I urge you, do not spend it, convert some into Bitcoin and keep it aside. Make it your duty to at least 10% of your income from BNB, convert it to Bitcoin, and just think of it as you went to a casino. You put everything on red and black, the ball fell on black and it's gone. Just think of it as that, as if the money is gone. And believe you me,
You know what?
2 years from now, you're going to thank me for that.
I'm just thinking about like how fortunate everyone is that's in the business and that's on this call because we don't do this in reality. That's why the world is so poor, That's why they say the rich get richer and the poor get poorer because they keep all of this fundamental, this education from people. They keep them, they teach you, go get a job, go work for somebody. I mean, hello, what's that thing that we were saying the other day, Zaf, about the employer saying, the guy fetched him from the airport and
Oh yeah.
how hard he was working.
Okay, I want me to say it. Okay, yeah. So basically, the guy went to pick up his boss from the airport, and he waited there, and the private jet was there, and the boss turned up in his Ferrari, and he said, "No, it's a cool car." He said, "Yes, if you put in the hours and you put in the overtime, we'll have enough money to buy another one of these." So you know what? You're working to build other people's dreams. Now imagine how shit he felt, but that's the reality. If you don't build your
That's
dream, someone else will hire you to build theirs. Yeah.
Yeah.
true story.
So we got a question by S, says, am I allowed to withdraw funds at mentor level? S, you are allowed to draw funds from beginner level. If you feel, let's just say, oh, you know what? I put in 60 Rand and I got 90 Rand. I want this 90 Rand like vision. If you really need the money, I know why you really need the money. You can withdraw it anytime you want. There is no restriction. But we want to preserve your income for the larger amounts, you see, so you can upgrade and go and you can earn more, but you can upgrade at any time. There's no such thing as upgrading at a particular level. That's another thing that Ponzi schemes don't do. They say when you reach a certain level, then only owe X amount of time for you to withdraw. Here, you don't withdraw. The monies are pumped into your wallet same time without you clicking request withdrawal. You are paid same time. From there, you can sell your BNB on an exchange or tell somebody, hey, I've got $100 or 100 Rand worth of BNB. Who wants it? And believe you me, a lot of people want your BNB, and you can sell it like that.
I see Anoop's hand's been up for a while.
Vishen said the scammer chains that I mentioned of this meeting. Yeah, that's true, Vishen. Because see, the thing is, when we present, right, we like to keep it short, clean, neat, and because everybody is busy as well. But sometimes that's why I say these calls are not scripted, because when you get something like that, we cannot shy away from that. That's why I told Zaf, let's address it. Because if it was for me saying, oh, just ignore that question, that means I'm unsure about what I have, right, Vishen? So that is why if somebody had something to say, it's good that you say it, that's fine. But don't go do something so stupid where you're putting 100 messages. That's just plain stupidity. Come out, ask us the question. You can see that's a spammer. Ask us, hey guys, I have a question. Is this a Ponzi or this, or can I report you? Then we'll explain, okay, if you do this, this, this. You see, that's being
And
constructive.
exactly. We've had those questions before, and we
Yeah.
say, happy to answer them, you know. No one's shying away from anything. So many people have been scammed. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Guys, 10 o'clock. I think we should call it a
Yeah.
night. So guys, join us
100%.
tomorrow. So Zeph, you know what I noticed today? So we've got two groups. One, the first group is month $3 to 100,000, and we've got the 1 month. And then today I posted this link on our channel, which has a whole lot of other people, because that guy wasn't a South African guy.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, on the channel, that's where he probably came from. Yeah.
So I posted this on another channel, and this is one of the reasons why. Okay, I don't want to, but this is one of the reasons why I don't put my links out to international calls, because they want market share in South Africa. And if they find Zaf's team and, because remember, as much as this is Zaf's team, and we all, okay, my team as well, we're all growing this together, right? There's other people that reached out to maybe somebody from Johannesburg, somebody from Cape Town, and they got their team. So if they know Zaf's call is going on, they can easily send somebody to sabotage this so they gain market share on their business. You see? So unfortunately, it is what it is. We try to accommodate the whole world, but not everybody wants to play fair.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
that's why it's also, I know that you guys want to also recruit and put links out in that, but rather just put a message out and say, contact me if you're interested, and then I'll give you the link. Don't just post the link everywhere. We want to try and keep it just within the family, and we want to know the people that we're inviting. At least have a conversation or two. Go and have a look at their Facebook, go and have a look at how they are. Are they kosher people? Because we don't want rubbish here, guys. We want good, wonderful, ethical, honest people. We want hardworking people.
Yeah. And also, guys, I mean, we think about this, right? I mean, his audacity. The world's biggest crypto exchange, which is Binance, OPBNB is their blockchain. And this project, right, BNB, is a smart contract on the OPBNB blockchain. Okay. We have the 5th largest coin in the world. And you still come and talk about Ponzi. I mean, it's like sometimes it's embarrassing for me to even address those things, because I really don't understand the mindset. But when I look at his message, he is definitely somebody who's in the business, who went and cocked this whole thing up, because he's definitely from another team as well. So yeah. But Vishen, thank you for your comment as well. I mean, sometimes things happen for a reason. So yeah. Thank you, Frankie Shinzef. Thank you for your time dedication. Oh, thanks, guys. Okay, guys, let's do this tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday at 8:30. Zaf, we'll be having a presentation tomorrow, or I think we'll just do a presentation.
Yeah.
Fine.
We'll
Cover all of the points, because
Yeah.
sometimes what we talk is a bit heavy for somebody who's new, that are not used to the blockchain space, but at the same time they need to upskill themselves, to know exactly what's happening. So thank you for everybody. The love we're getting here in the comment section. Thank you so much.
And a real quick one, Shane actually mentioned something the other night when you had to go off, Zaf, and it's actually such a good thing, is on the training call also to teach people how to have a conversation about BNB. Maybe we need to also go back to basics.
Do that tomorrow's training, and how to basically get people to be more curious, because sometimes, you know what, people usually vomit information onto people's laps, and you know what, people can't take in that. So less is more. Teach people just enough, invite them on a call. We'll do that tomorrow as well. Yeah. After our presentation.
Exactly. All right, guys. God bless you all.
Okay, guys.
Take
Good
care.
night. Thanks, guys. Cheers. Bye.